I still remember the sound of the key turning in the lock, sharp, final. It wasn't just a door closing. It was my daughter closing me out of a life I built. "Find somewhere else to die," she said, her voice steady, cold. "You're useless now." Then she walked away, the echo of her heels fading into the silence that had already swallowed my home. My home. The house where I carried her inside as a newborn. The house where my husband's laughter once filled the hallways. Now it belonged to her, or so she thought. When my husband, Daniel, passed, I thought grief would be my worst enemy. I was wrong. The real pain came after the funeral, when our lawyer, Mr. Greaves, announced that everything, the house, the investments, the $33 million, would go to our daughter Lily. She was 26. Brilliant, beautiful, and ruthless in ways I never wanted to see. I smiled through it. I told her I was proud of her. I told myself Daniel must have had his reasons. But deep inside, something cracked. He hadn't even looked at me when he signed the papers. I had been there, the silent witness. And when I asked later why my name was missing, he only said, "You'll understand one day." Lily changed overnight. She moved through the house like she was auditioning for a richer life. Designer heels, new friends, champagne breakfasts. When I asked her to slow down, she said, "You wouldn't understand, Mom. This world isn't for you." The first time she raised her voice, I let it go. The second time, I almost answered back. The third time, she threw a glass. It shattered between us, tiny pieces catching the light. That's when I saw it. Her father's arrogance without his kindness, his sharpness without his heart. She didn't just inherit his wealth. She inherited his worst parts. The day she kicked me out, it was raining. My suitcase sat at the bottom of the stairs, one I didn't remember packing. Lily stood above me, arms crossed, calm, deliberate. "You'll be fine," she said. "You've had your life. Don't make this harder." I looked up at her and almost didn't recognize my own daughter. "Lily," I said softly, "you have no idea what you're doing." She smiled. "No, Mom, you don't." Then she shut the door. I didn't cry, not once. Instead, I thought. I remembered Daniel's last words before he slipped away. "The truth is in the second envelope." At the time, I thought he was delirious. Now I wasn't so sure. So I called Mr. Greaves. He agreed to meet, though he seemed nervous. When I arrived at his office, I didn't sit. I simply said, "Daniel left something else, didn't he?" He sighed, that long, reluctant sigh of a man holding secrets. Then he opened a drawer and pulled out a sealed envelope, yellowed at the edges, my name written in Daniel's careful handwriting. "Your husband asked me to hold this until the right time," he said. "He said you'd know when that was." I smiled. "I do." Inside was another will, dated 2 months after the first. Same lawyer, same witnesses, different outcome. This one was specific. Lily would inherit the house, but only the structure. Everything inside it, art, jewelry, furniture, even the land rights, reverted to me. The accounts, too. Every cent of the $33 million would transfer to my control, under one condition. I was to let Lily believe she had it all until she revealed her true nature. Daniel knew her, better than I ever had, and now she had shown herself completely. I waited 3 days before calling Mr. Greaves again. He invited both of us for a clarification meeting about estate paperwork. Lily arrived in a white suit, radiant, smug. I wore the same black coat I'd been kicked out in. She didn't look at me. The lawyer adjusted his glasses, cleared his throat, and began reading the second will aloud. By the third paragraph, the color drained from Lily's face. What is this?" she stammered. Mr. Greaves continued, "And should the daughter show disrespect or cruelty toward the widow, her inheritance shall be considered null and void, transferring in full to the wife." Lily turned to me, eyes wide, voice trembling. You planned this?" I met her gaze, calm. "No, Lily, your father did. I just waited." The lawyer chuckled softly, the kind of laugh that fills a room like thunder. "Miss Carter," he said, "did you even read the will?" Lily's hand shook as she tried to grab the papers. She didn't. She couldn't. The weight of realization hit her. Every cruel word, every selfish act, every ounce of contempt. It had all been her undoing. When she finally looked at me, her confidence was gone. All that remained was the little girl I once held at night, crying over scraped knees. "Mom," she whispered, "please." I stood, straightened my coat, and walked to the door. "You told me to find somewhere else to die," I said. "I found somewhere better, to live." That night I returned home. My home. The locks had been changed. Mr. Greaves' team had seen to that. Lily's clothes,